Hey guys, I know it's been a little bit since my last video. It's been a while, okay? But there's an explanation for it. Because today we're gonna be doing my first ever discovery set review. And discovery sets have plenty of fragrances, so I just kind of have to take my time to wear every single one of them and just kind of make my mind through every single one of the fragrances. So that kind of takes some time. However, this year at Essence, I just got to know a brand that just blew my mind. The Nam is a fragrance brand that has sort of just started to get a bit more of traction recently, a bit more of recognition, and let me tell you, it's totally deserved. What just caught my attention about this brand is just like the sheer quality and just like the elegance of every single one of their fragrances. Like, it's very consistent. I didn't got to try all of them at the event, but I was intrigued because every single one just had a sheer uniqueness about it. It was just very interesting. So I picked up a discovery set right here, which is called Memories of Japan, which is supposed to replicate the Japanese culture. It goes from food all the way to traditions, you just name it. Before diving into it, I just want to give a shout out to this presentation. Look at what you get with it. You get some tester strips, plus you also get just sort of a description of every single one of the fragrances included. And of course, you know, the testers. Let me just say this, every single one of these was good. Like, none of them disappointed, just what I expected from them, honestly. So today what I want to do is I want to take you through every single one of them and just talk about it, because like for every single one of them, I just have something to say. It's just incredible. Let's start off with a banger, you know, let's just start with a boom, you know. Let's just start off with Moonlight Samurai. And I'm just gonna be real with you, this is one of the most unique things I've ever smelled. I didn't even know I needed a sake fragrance in my life, but this stuff just slaps. Just opens up with this bold, boozy sake note that is just so unique. It sort of just punches through your nose. It is sharp, it is sweet, but it's just all in the best possible way. It just works fantastically. And there is also this subtle leather note that as it dries down, it sort of just starts to get stronger and stronger, and that sake note sort of just starts to die down a little bit. And the leather just sort of transitions to be like the main note of this fragrance. But this leather note also gets complemented with a slightly metallic smell. And it just sort of gives you this samurai armor vibe, which kind of resembles the name. This was the most masculine fragrance out of the entire set and my personal favorite, man. I just absolutely loved this stuff. I'll be talking about another banger, Tokyo Nights. I gotta say, it's not as unique as the others, but it's still fantastic. It opens up fruity, sweet, like it's sort of just got a plum note in there. I'm not so sure if it's actually got it, but I kind of smell plum. But it's also got a smoky element that sort of just gives it a little bit of a city night vibe. I can definitely see this one working on nights out, you know, date nights. And I can also see this one being the favorite of a lot of people. Not gonna lie, it would also be my favorite too if it wasn't for that first one, man. That first one for me is still the best one. But this one though, this one is still like insane. Like, I would definitely still cop this one because like it's just so good. Now we'll be talking about Sakura Snow. Typically cherry blossom fragrances I'm not really a big fan of. It's just something about the smell I just never feel attracted to, but this one is actually one of the better ones I've tried. It's like a cool cherry blossom scent. I don't know how they do this cooling cold effect. It is still soapy, you still get a lot of that cherry blossom. So yeah, this is kind of one of my least favorite ones out of the set, but still, somehow, this one is still amazing. It's just really well done. And if you like cherry blossom scents, if you like the smell of cherry blossoms, I can guarantee you'll love this one. I don't, because it's not my style, but man, even this, they just do it amazing. Another one that was one of my favorite ones, Matcha Soft Swerve. And let me tell you, you get exactly what you heard. Exactly that name, Matcha Soft Swerve, you get exactly that. It smells like matcha ice cream. I don't know how do they do it, but it's just so realistic. It's got that bitterness of green tea, you know, the matcha, but also has that milky, creamy undertone that just gives it this ice cream vibe. It does not go too green or milky. It's sort of just in the middle, and it's just perfectly balanced. It's a very soft, inoffensive scent, which again comes from the name, you know, Soft Swerve. This is one of the most unique gourmand fragrances I've ever smelled. If you are not into super sweet gourmands, this will work for you. If you like the smell of matcha, this will become your favorite scent. The only slight complaint I would have with this one is the performance, but apart from that, man, this one is another banger from the set. Coming up next is gonna be Strawberry Mochi. This one surprised me, but like in a very good way, because I thought it was gonna be like a sweet, fruity, you know, sugary scent, but it actually wasn't. If you know mochis, you know they're made out of rice, so and this opened up with that same rice smell. And this rice note is what gave it its warm coziness, but not too much though, because in the undertone there was this strawberry note, which was soft and slightly sweet. The strawberry here is done fantastically because often with strawberry fragrances, the strawberry just kind of overpowers everything, but this one doesn't. This one knows how to play with strawberry, and the rice with the strawberry just play along perfectly. They just dance together really, really well. Again, a very soft fragrance, but very well crafted. It leans feminine, but this was a great surprise. I absolutely loved this one. It is pleasant surprise after pleasant surprise. We'll be talking now about Kimono. This fragrance opens up with kind of a similar rice note that we see in Strawberry Mochi, but this one is dry. It also has this powdery lipsticky vibe about it, which makes it feminine, but at the same time, very elegant. There are some slight florals in the scent, but admittedly, they're very subtle. This kind of reminded me a little bit of silk fabrics, but overall, it's a very mature, clean, elegant, feminine scent. Up next is Arashiyama. When I saw the notes of this fragrance, I knew this was going to be an instant love, okay? And yeah, it was. This is again one of the more masculine fragrances out of the set, and it does open up with a green, realistic bamboo note, accompanied by a rain note that sort of just makes it aquatic, but at the same time slightly dark. It sort of just smells like bamboo and it's just being poured by some rain. There's also like a woody base that sort of just, envelops everything. It does kind of sort of resemble a blue versatile scent, but done in a very unique way, which I really, really enjoyed. Up next is gonna be Hinoki Meditation. Now this was one of the scents that impressed me the least, but that's still saying a lot because this scent, it's all about one note. Hinoki. This is a very bright, clean, woody note that's accompanied by some aromaticness in the back. It makes it slightly herbal, but still that woody Hinoki note sort of just dominates the whole composition. I found this one the least unique out of the set, but still really enjoyed it. And it's still saying a lot because it's really well done again. Last but not least, Japanese whiskey. Remember when I said Moonlight Samurai was the most masculine one? I kind of think this one is now. This opens up with a very strong whiskey note that sort of just punches its way through. It's warm, it's boozy, and it sort of just sets the tone of the fragrance. And what makes it even more interesting is the chestnut note that sort of just comes in the back and it just stays in the back, giving it a bit more of a nutty, slightly nutty edge to it. It's woody and nutty at the same time. Overall, it's a very warm, cozy, masculine scent. The only complaint I might have with this one is that it didn't scream Japan to me, but still, it was very, very good. And in the end, I had to pick one to get. It was super, super hard, but I ended up picking Moonlight Samurai. And I just wanted to show you guys the amazing unboxing experience this is. You take that off, you're greeted with this beautiful box that you just sort of open up like this. And there is a card inside that has, the notes down here. I don't know if you can see that. And then you have the beautiful bottle. Whoa. Look at this. This bottle is just so, so cool. In the end, the second note won me over, man. This stuff is just, it's just so, so good and so unique. And yeah, guys, that was the video for today. Let me know in the comments if you like this sort of videos reviewing discovery sets. Please like, comment, and subscribe. And thank you very much for making it to the end of the video.